I'm at the Spirit Farm and I'm building a sweat lodge, and I'm going to go over how we do it, from the woods that we use to the structure that we use. As you can see, we do have a steel ring as the base. The steel ring has holes throughout it, and also in the center there's 3 holes drilled out. When we're building the sweat lodge here, what we try and do is maximize airflow, because if there's a lot of airflow, there's the ability for the fire to burn much hotter, heating up the stones a lot quicker and making it in general just making the sweat very hot. We use different types of wood. So here we have long pine wood that's been processed without chemicals, and then we also have just cut down trees. We find that they burn a lot longer. Have the top ring on. What we do is we create a platform for the rocks to lay on and then fill in the gaps. Right now we are at the part where we have built a cradle for the rocks. As you can see, plenty of airflow, and with these wood pieces on the outside, we kind of made it a protective barrier so the rocks don't fall out. Afterwards we're going to cover it up with a bit more wood. Another benefit to this double ring system is obviously huge airflow, which boosts the fire, but at the same time it gives a protective kind of layer between the rocks and the people. So if, for example, some of the rocks explode, there's a less likelihood that someone's going to get injured. It's definitely not a traditional sweat lodge fire. That's why we call it the Phoenix, because it's a reborn fire. We're doing a traditional thing, but with what we have. After 1 or 2 sweats, so we kind of have to replace 50 to 60 stones. And this is a brand new batch of about 10-20 rocks, so we'll put more in for the sweat. The first 4 rocks that go in, we'll give them a prayer, usually something on the lines of wishing everyone a good sweat, plenty of love, and just empathy, and just everything good in life. And I think the energy just flows into the rocks. And there's about 60 rocks in here, and then we're going to cover it up. We have started to light the fire from underneath, because it gets the fire to go straight through all the rocks and heats them up within an hour to an hour and a half. And now we are lighting up the creation. It is a very windy day, so we use a bit more paper to make sure that it lights up, like using chemicals like fuel. And we'll just wait and see if it works. After about an hour and a half of the rocks burning inside and the wood slowing down and just becoming more coals, we remove the outer ring using metal beams, pipes. We remove the outer ring, take it away, and then the hot red stones remain inside and are easier to access with forks. Now that we have taken the outer ring off, we have much easier access to the rocks, and every single time we put some extra wood to keep the rocks hot for the following rounds. The red rocks are just there. All that is red rocks. And now our firekeeper is going to grab a few of these rocks . Place them into the sweat. After a few hours of fire keeping, there's only a few rocks remaining. There's probably another 10 in there left, and the fire is still roaring.